You ever see an old man? He's not willing to change. He drives the same car from the 1970s. He's sick, but he won't take his medicine. He's stubborn to the core. He still feels like it's the 60s. Just a man who is unwilling to change, stuck in his ways, and he never, ever can get ahead. It's always somebody else's fault. If I had a better job or the supervisor didn't lay me off, it's just hard for me right now. Everything is stacked up against me. Even though you won't take your meds, won't seek higher education, won't adjust. You just can't pivot. That's the Houston Rockets. The Houston Rockets came into the game. They stuck with their small ball and shooting threes and have not made it back to the Western Conference Finals in 3 years. Have not made it out of the semis in 2 years. And by all accounts, they have 2 MVPs. They have James Harden and Russell Westbrook. And they never adjusted. They stay stuck in their ways and they struggle mightily. Every adjustment every team threw at them, they failed to make adjustments. From Mike D'Antoni failing to make adjustments of personnel, defense, to James Harden failing to make adjustments on how he plays the game, plays defense, and even Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook failing to adjust. He's not a good three-point shooter. He still was jacking up a lot of threes against the Los Angeles Lakers. The Houston Rockets not adjust well and did not adjust well. And this is why people are calling for them to be blown up. Even Daryl Morey, he failed to adjust to the point where he stepped down. As opposed to making an adjustment, either trading Russell Westbrook or hiring a coach other than Mike D'Antoni that can play a different style of basketball, he stepped down. Even when he could rehire Mike D'Antoni instead of bringing in a new coach, an adjustment, bringing in another coach, I'm not gonna bring another coach. I like my way. If it's not my way, I'm hitting the highway. He steps down. They cannot adjust. They are that old geezer, get off my lawn. I'm not adjusting to nothing. You guys have, this is still my place. You guys have to do what I say. Even though your heart is failing, you won't take your Lipitor. Even though you should be eating healthier, you won't adjust your eating habits. And that is killing you. And that is killing the Rockets organization. From Mike D'Antoni to Daryl Morey to James Harden, from the top of the food chain to the bottom, from the organizational piece to the players, no one was willing to adjust. Owner Fertitta, when he bought the Rockets, he is a kind of a visionary. So even though, let's just say, small ball didn't work, three-point didn't work, Fertitta's like, hey, we got to figure out something that is going to work with the personnel. We have to adjust. And that shift in mindset from ownership to the leadership in the organization is what caused the big rift. Because if you look at Fertitta, he had to adjust. He's a billionaire. He had to pivot. He had to take losses. He had to learn from his losses and make the tough decisions to be where he's at. As opposed to the Houston Rockets, Daryl Morey, Mike D'Antoni, even James Harden. Daryl Morey doesn't deliver on his promise and things of that nature. Instead of adjusting, he steps down. Mike D'Antoni, he can't make adjustments in the playoffs. He can't do what he's supposed to do. He doesn't come back. James Harden, he can't make adjustments with his game. They get eliminated out of the playoffs. They don't get far. It's the lack of adjustments which is killing Houston. And Fertitta, I have no doubt that he will do something drastic because they're calling for them to blow up that team, and the monotony of the Houston Rockets has gotten old, and they probably do have to blow it up. And they say everybody on the market is, you know, for sale except for James Harden and things of that nature. If that is the case, Fertitta's going to have to have a conversation with Harden and say, are you going to adjust? Are you going to come back in better shape? Are you going to play better defense? Can we make this work? Because if not, Harden's on the block too. Hoops Junction, Hoops meets Hoopla. Like, comment, subscribe.